Hello everyone, Bob here. Today, for this episode of Voice of the Movies, we're going to continue what I started last time and look at the first 5 Halloween films from the franchise in reverse order as they were released from Mondo Death Waltz. This week, it's Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. So let's look at the package and see what we've got, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the album. Here's the Obi. There's the side, just says Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And then on the back, it's just an advertisement for the other films in the franchise that Mondo Death Waltz was doing at the time. Set that off to the side. There, of course, is the mask from Halloween 4 that is very much a mixed bag with the fan base, I guess is the best way to put it. More on that in my actual review of the Halloween 4 film. You see the Carruthers house silhouetted against Michael's torso there. There's Jamie there at the front door, and then notice the pumpkin off to the side. Open it up. There's Michael silhouetted against the sky, and then the landscape is very much stylized, kind of off of the farmstead that is featured in the opening credit sequence, if you've seen the movie. Here's the back. There's Loomis with his burns, Jamie Lloyd, Michael sitting back there in the background. There's the track listing, Death Waltz, and of course the info about the movie itself. Here is the insert. Of course, it's an artwork from supposed to capture the moment when Michael steals the mask in the movie. You flip it over, you have the notes. Here's the LP itself. It says Halloween 4 as well as the track listing on one side. Of course, this is a 33 RPM disc. Here's the other side. It is, of course, Jamie's mask that she wears when she goes trick-or-treating. And yes, this is the orange variant of this album. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, was the first film that Alan Howarth composed by himself. He associated with John Carpenter on Halloween 2 and Halloween 3, but John Carpenter had absolutely no interest in having anything to do with this film. So Alan Howarth did the music, and he, of course, asked John Carpenter's blessing, and John Carpenter didn't care. And so he sought to make the score his own, but yet he gave it many elements that make it feel like the first 2 films in this franchise. The opening credit sequence is so atmospheric. I mean, if you've seen the movie, unlike the first 2 films, it's a shot of that are shots of pumpkins. This is various shots, like a farmstead and different I don't want to say farm implements, but they're like pitchfork, like an empty shed. It has a very autumn feel to it between the scenes that are on the screen as well as the music. And the music does a wonderful job. It's just the atmosphere on this album alone is what makes this one stand so far above Alan Howarth's work for Halloween 5. The main theme itself does appear in this film, although it is updated. It doesn't sound like it did in 78 or the more gothic feel to it that Halloween 2 had, but it is definitely present. Now, this album has 14 tracks, and they're slightly different than if you were to go on like Amazon Music and listen to the 15, I think it was 15 tracks, or it might be 16 on there. They're just slightly different, but for the most part, the same music is contained here. There are some differences, but they're a little minor. There's some things that are left out on this. There is a nightmare sequence at the beginning of the movie where Jamie's having a bad dream, and in the dream Michael attacks her, and there's like a beat on like some bongo drums in the background, and if you listen to it, it is actually the da 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 of the Halloween theme, and I've always have thought that was really cool. The main theme, of course, as I said, makes its appearances, although it's updated. So does the new version of dun 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 dun, and of course, Jamie has her her own theme. And the wonderful thing about this, like I said, it's so atmospheric. It feels so autumn. You watch that movie, it just feels like it's the right time of year, which coincidentally is one of my favorite times of year. So there really isn't any higher praise than that. It's so atmospheric, and it incorporates the other themes that define the franchise so well. I'm going to give the Alan Howarth score to Halloween 4 an A-. And the only reason I'm giving it an A- is when it's compared to the original, but we'll talk about that later. But it's definitely my second favorite score of the whole franchise. It's very well done. That's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this Voice of the Movies, check me out next Saturday. I do another one of these every week. Next episode, I'm going to be looking at Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Say I'm working backwards during the whole month of October. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Just search for Bob the Film Guy. And for now, this is Bob, signing off.